What's up, Izzy? This is the third question number 5 from your homework. Dive right in, so hopefully this is shorter than even 7 minutes. I'm trying to get shorter and shorter every video. So, it says, would each of the following groups be happy or unhappy if the US dollar appreciated? Okay, what does it mean to appreciate? It means to gain in value. So you could buy more stuff with US dollars, okay? Or buy less stuff with other currencies. That's what it really means, because it appreciates or gains value compared to everything else, like pesos, British pounds, euros, yen, rupees, whatever your currency is. Okay? So, who would be happy or who would be unhappy if the value of the US dollar rises for some reason, and explain why? Okay, so option 1. Dutch pension funds holding US government bonds. Okay? So, if you hold, as a foreign company, our government's bonds, and then our dollar increases in value, that means those bonds are going to be worth more or worth less. Think about that. What would it be? Worth more or worth less? It would be worth more. And if you had some of those bonds in this part of your pension fund, you'd be pretty happy. So the Dutch would be happy for sure if the US dollar got more valuable, okay? And explain why, because then, your portfolio would be worth more. Your pension fund would be worth more. If you sold them, you'd have more of your own Dutch money for the same bonds you could have sold earlier at a cheaper price. So, for this one, part A, the Dutch, for sure, are smiling. They're happy. Okay? For what I just talked about. B, U.S. manufacturing industries. Okay? At first it seems, well, if our dollars are worth more, they appreciate in value, that'd be good for all Americans, right? But here's the thing. It's not people they're talking about in this example. They're talking about U.S. manufacturing industries, okay? In U.S. manufacturing, because it's an industry, because it's a business, they'd actually be unhappy. Now, why, if you're making goods in America, why would you be upset if our dollars are now more valuable? Okay? Well, what would be the cause of that? Well, if I'm if I'm here in America selling to Americans, that's cool. Everybody gets affected the same if everybody's, as part of the transaction, everybody's in America. But let's say I sell to someone in the Netherlands, okay? In that case, they would actually have to pay more of their currencies now, because when our money's worth more, their money's worth less. And therefore, it's going to be tougher for those foreign people or those foreign companies, corporations, whatever, to buy whatever I'm making here, because the value of a dollar is now more. So it's going to take more of their dollars to make up that difference. So relative to them, more expensive. Harder for me to sell it to them. So as a U.S. manufacturer, I am not happy about that at all in that regard. I might be happy for some other reasons, but for that reason alone, if I'm making something, trying to sell to someone in another country, harder for them to buy it, because now it's going to take more of their money to purchase the same goods as it would have yesterday. Not happy in that regard. Part C says, Australian tourists are planning a trip here. Okay? If I'm in Australia and I'm trying to come to the U.S. and now their dollar is, or our dollar, is worth more, let's think of it if it was going the other way. Let's say I'm an American, which I am, and let's say I want to go to Australia. And let's say that their dollar goes up in value. Well, that's going to be tough for me, because now my American dollar is worth less for them. Okay? So that means I'd have to pay more American dollars to get the same amount of Australian dollars I could have yesterday or in the past at any time. So because of that, if Australians are coming here to America and the US dollar is worth more than it was now, that means it's going to take more of their Australian dollars to get the same value of like one of our dollars. So, because remember, our money is appreciating, it's getting in value against everybody else. So like when America's dollars win, everybody else's money loses in terms of value. Okay? So therefore the Australians are also not happy because they're going to have to spend more when they come here. And finally, question D, an American firm trying to purchase property overseas. Well, if I'm an American firm, very simply, trying to purchase anything overseas and my money's worth more, I'm going to be able to get more for my money, or I could buy it at a cheaper price. Okay, like let's say I was going to buy something for $1 million. I could either get more for my million because my money's worth more, or I could now maybe get it for 900,000 because my money's worth more. So it's not going to take as much of my money to buy that property. So in that case, an American firm is going to be happy because they're going to be saving money or getting more for their money. In any case, it's a good thing for the American company. Happiness. Okay? We kept it at 6:15. I like that. Problem number 6 coming up.